The first thing you want to do is plow your fields. Plow them. Plow them good. Now if you're cruising around with the cultivator on the back, and you're popping a wheelie, you're going to need to get a weight on the front. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to steer and hard to control. Oh boy. See that right there is a weight. We're going to put that on the front if I can get over there. Hey, yeehaw. Got it. Little easier to steer. Lot better to steer. Maybe could have went a little heavier. Then after the field is plowed, you're going to want to cultivate. That would be the next step. Yep. I reckon. Lower the weight. G to switch. V to lower your cultivator. And you don't have to turn it on, it just does its thing. We are now cultivating. You can see the difference. The ground changes, looks different. Go right over to plowing with the cultivator and it changes it. After this, we're going to do some seeding or sowing or planting. And if you don't want to do the job, you can always hire help. Buckaroo and the harvester's full. I got to get a tipper and unload him. He don't work for free, but he likes breaks. That guy's getting after it. PlowLyfe right there. Gonna go get her done. He's not free either. Now if you got a harvester going and it stops, that means it's full. Especially if you hired a worker. You have to go unload him. Pick up a tipper at your store. Take your tractor, connect it, and he will unload it in your tipper. After this, you can go sell it at a sale point, or you could put it in your bulk storage in your silos. Yep. Once it doesn't need plowing, it turns brown. After brown, it'll turn blue if you fertilize it with your seed, or if you come back through right after you seed with liquid manure, liquid fertilizer, or pellet solid fertilizer. There's also a spray fertilizer you could put in there too. But whatever you do, you'll end up getting this first light blue coloring on your field, which means you did the first stage of fertilizing. When you're ready to do some seeding and you bought a seeder and you got a tractor that'll pull the seeder, you're going to want to get some pallets. This is the store, press P, go over to pallets. You're going to want to buy a seed, big bag. I would recommend purchasing 3 or 4, depending on what size seeder you got. We buy 3. Also, solid fertilizer, big bag, because the seeder we got will accept it. I'm going to also buy 3 of those. Once you got your tractor and your seeder hooked up, and you bought some seed and fertilizer from the store, it's going to be located by the store. Just drive up with your seeder, Press F1 and it'll say to the upper left, refill sour. Press R. It's filling. Bottom right. Little itty bitty one only takes 500. Now, back up to the oh, that was fertilizer. You back up to the seeds. You can fill those too. Press R. It's filling the seed, bottom right. Bam, we're full. Now since we started seeding, you can see the ground has changed state again. Seeder on the left, cultivator on the right. We are seeding. And we're driving all over the dang place. Dang it, Bobby, stay on the right path. Damn boy. The other thing you could do is go take a look, press escape. We're in field 25. See the blue line? That seeder can also have fertilizer in it, and it is fertilizing while it seeds. Another thing you could do too is, if you know the speed of the harvester and you're trying to bring the tipper to him, set your cruise control by pressing 1 or 2. 1 is down, 2 is up, 3 is to engage cruise control. So once you drive up to him, press 3, the cruise is set. You can see on the bottom right that wheel thingy with the arrow thing and the number 6 miles an hour is green. That means cruise control is engaged. Sometimes you can hook up more than one trailer to each other and in tandem tag team that harvester. My farmer tip of the week: when the grass has flowers on it, it is ready to mow. Anywho, this is corn ready to be harvested. The next thing would be the harvested corn. That's what it looks like. Once you harvest it, you can plow it. That makes these kinds of lines from the plow. After you plow it, you can cultivate it, and that makes it look like this. Still looks kind of rough. After you cultivate, you can seed it. Makes nice little rows. Some seeders have fertilizer. If that's the case, you don't have to come through after you seed and fertilize. It's already done for you. You get a bonus from plowing, and you'll get the bonus for the first fertilizing. The other thing, remember, this is 25. Other thing you could do is 2 more. 2 more fertilizing stages. And the time you want to do that would kind of be like the first sprout. Watch. Squat down on the ground. Squeeze till that vein pops out. And before you know it, sun goes down, sun comes up. Sun, oh, there she is. Just like a turd on the floor. Now you can fertilize again. That'll give it the middle blue color. Now after that first growth, if you come through with your fertilizer, you're going to notice 2 things. You can kind of tell that that ground gets darker where you fertilized. Second thing is on your map. We're on field 25. You could see it right there. Big old streak like a skunk right down the middle. We are on the second fertilizing stage. Now when it grows again, we'll be able to come through with our same spreader and it'll get the dark blue. Now it's real hard to see the ground change color when you're fertilizing for the last time. Hard to see, can't see the ground. But what you can see is on your map. Field 25, right there. That is the last fertilizer stage. After that, we're done. Yep. So after we did the final fertilizer, you can see we are in the first stage of ready to harvest. It takes about a day, just from my, hours of playing, depending on what the growth is set at, normal, fast, slow, whatever. But from my experiences, it's about a day. When you're on like easy or normal, something like that, about a day, maybe a little longer. But you could go ahead and harvest it right now if you wanted to, or you could wait till it's on the final harvest stage. Debatable what the yield would be if you took it now versus if you took it later. So ultimately, here's your map: Goldcrest Valley, field 12, 14, 15. This is what is going to tell you what you should do on your farm. Now, there's the process. Remember, I just showed you with the last field. Plow, cultivate, seed, fertilize, 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 harvest on the third ready to harvest. Turn withering off. That's stupid anyway. Turn it off. Who cares? Nobody likes it anyway. Turn it off. And repeat the process. Plow, cultivate, seed, fertilize, 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 harvest. Okay, so now right here, I didn't even touch these. I just went over by 25 and showed you over there. But now what we got to do here, we got this field is cultivated. Field 12 is cultivated, which means what's the next step? That's right, seed. Now 14 is harvested, which means it means done. Now we got to plow. So we got to plow 14. 15's withered. I don't want to eat that junk, so we're going to plow 15 too. Okay. So let's get it started. Now right here is where your bulk storage is, your silo. If you started off in Goldcrest Valley, this should look somewhat familiar to you. Now, a couple different ways to dump these. You could not dump them and press N to close the cover. You can tip side back, that means straight behind it. Tip side grain door, that's that little itty bitty door right on the back of it. I don't know if you can see that little bitty door. Tip side left, that means it's going to tip on this side. Tip side right, that means it's going to tip on the opposite side of left. And then tip side back. We're going to tip side right. And once you're ready to do that, you just press I. And it's going to dump into your silo. And it's going to tell you right here how much you got in your storage of corn. 24,768 liters. Like we said, we're going to plow all three of these fields.